Pembroke. Reverend Jackson and the Rainbow Push staff began the holiday months continuing the fight for poverty and connecting people by shining the spotlight on the residents of a Pembroke township that live without natural gas. Reverend Jackson and staff attended meetings with Hopkins Mayor Mark Hodge, Pembroke Township officials, community activists, educators, doctors, agricultural specialists, and representatives of NICOR to also encourage new business to the area. Reverend Jackson seeks to make good on his promise to help facilitate a gas line and to improve the health and well-being of the residents of Pembroke. It's been a 20-year fight. There should not be a war on the poor. There should be a war on poverty.
And part of my job is to lift up those whose backs are against the wall.
Damn, police, look. Oh!
Reverend Jesse Jackson was deeply disturbed by the images shown nationally of the mentally ill young man lifted off his feet, then body slammed while hitting his head on the concrete pavement on Thanksgiving Day by the Chicago police officer.
We just had a meeting with him. His head has bumps and bruises on it. He should be in the hospital, and the police officer, Enforcement Brown, should be in jail. We brought the money for the bail.
Reverend Jackson and Rainbow Push staff worked tirelessly to secure his release.
Anything you guys like to say on the way in to pay his bond?
You know, we hope we're successful. We hope we bring him out and take him home tonight.
Alas, victory. After spending 5 days in jail and following demands to be released, Bernard Kirsch walked out on Friday night with his mother and Reverend Jesse Jackson, displaying the power of a made-up mind, ending the evening with prayer, thankful to God that Bernard Kirsch is alive. He will stay with his mother and seek treatment.
I'm happy that my son is coming home with me and his daughter, his brother and sister tonight.
We're glad that he is fit to go home tonight, and we worked a very difficult and entangled legal process.
I wanted to thank the Reverend, I wanted to thank my attorney, my mom, and I wanted to thank for everybody for their prayers and everybody who had something to do with me coming home tonight to my family.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. No one throws a party like Mrs. Jackson. There was holiday caroling, laughing and dancing, lots of great fun, and plenty of food. And speaking of food, the Rainbow Push Coalition's recent food basket giveaway was a tremendous success. And let's give a special shout out to the gentlemen of Phi Beta Sigma. Brothers, we appreciate your service to our community. He continues a 5-decade-old Christmas tradition. Christmas morning began with Rainbow Push Chief of Staff John Mitchell and Special Advisor to Reverend Jackson, Reverend Dr. Jeanette Wilson, keeping a big gift under wraps. Alas, Reverend Jackson and Rainbow Push staff delivered good news and set the captives free by posting bail for 4 non-violent, low-level offenders as promised during their annual Cook County Christmas jail visit, with the assistance of screening from the Sheriff's Office, the judicial system, and the Clerk of the Circuit Court, Dorothy Brown. It was a moving and gratifying experience to witness the release of the detainees so that they too could spend Christmas with their families, to pray with the detainees, those both free and still remaining, and to deliver a message of hope through music and song, with Congressman Danny Davis, Reverend James Meeks, Reverend Dr. Marshall Hatch, Bishop Tavis Grant, Queen Mother Sinclair, and a host of volunteers and supporters. Businessman Willie Wilson pledged an additional $10,000 to post bond for more detainees in the coming days. Detainees were registered to vote. It was a sight to behold, watching the 4 young men walk hand in hand with Reverend Jackson on Christmas Day. This day truly informed the reason for the season.
Changed my life around. Now it's an opportunity. I got to go out there and do it. It's just a good feeling. It brings a warmness to my heart.
Now, Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. has chronicled some of his most famous words into a new book. The book, Keeping Hope Alive, is filled with his most rousing and inspiring speeches and sermons. It includes his famous speeches from the 1984 and 88 Democratic Party conventions after his historic presidential campaign.
Reverend Jackson began his book tour by an appearance on MSNBC's Politics Nation, citing the importance of protecting and defending our civil rights. The week ended with Reverend Jackson being hosted by Reverend Al Sharpton at his National Action Network House of Justice Auditorium, where he was feted with a standing room only book signing attended by New York City's Mayor Bill de Blasio. Have you purchased your book? You too can purchase Reverend Jackson's new book at Amazon.com and OrbisBook.com. The Oratorical Society participants could not wait to recite speeches and sermons from this book. Pick up yours today. Order yours today. Purchase one as a gift. Get yours today while quantities last. Reverend Jackson is signing books today. Keep hope alive. All night they watched and prayed for our freedom. Start your New Year's honoring your history. Bring your families. Join us for Emancipation Day services, New Year's Day, Wednesday, January 1st, 2020.